All right, Kyle, thank you so much for joining us, and a little bit of perspective there, of course, as Elon is a competitor there in the space race. Thank you. I'm pleased right now to bring in Leroy Chiao, a former NASA astronaut. He's also the former NASA commander of the International Space Station. He spent 229 days in space. He's written a great book. It's about to launch. Pun intended, Leroy, sorry. It's called Dinner with an Astronaut. It hits stores on June 16th. It is great to see you back here. I mean, when I looked at this video, it is just, wow. Obviously, you're grateful that everyone's accounted for, no one is hurt. But it does underscore the danger of space exploration, the difficultness of it. Does this set back Blue Origin, NASA's Artemis moon program at all, in your expert opinion?
Well, this is a huge setback for Blue Origin. One of the biggest impacts beside the loss of the rocket is the destruction of the launch pad. It's going to take a long time to get everything rebuilt. They've got to go through a mishap investigation. I'd say it sets back New Glenn at least a year. That's just an educated guess or an uneducated guess. As far as the impact to the Artemis program, of course, Blue Origin is one of the two companies, SpaceX being the other, that are racing to build a human-rated lander for bringing Americans back to the surface of the moon. So they were planned on launching their lander on this rocket. That obviously is not going to happen in the next year or so, but it's possible they could integrate it to a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. Of course, they are kind of competitors, but, when NASA's Artemis program to get back to the moon, all the commercial companies are going to work together as a team, and I would anticipate that they're going to explore that option.
So, SpaceX just had the largest IPO ever. It made a ton of business headlines, as you know, Leroy. Elon Musk saying most unfortunate rockets are hard. He's had some setbacks too. But underscoring all of this, there is a real interest and a real appetite for space exploration, all of the things that we have been reading about the type of medical technologies that can happen up there. What would be the takeaway for us Earth folk here who aren't in the space industry, but obviously say they're going to continue on, and why this is so critical to where we go as our younger generations look to the future of space as well?
Sure. I mean, with the success of the Artemis 2 mission, the excitement of sending humans for the first time in almost 54 years back towards the vicinity of the moon, the spectacular photographs that the astronauts shot and sent back to us, that really ignited, I think, a lot of interest in the moon and in space exploration. And you just touched on what I think is one of the most important things about a space program, is inspiring the next generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. It's very important that we continue to lead in this area, not only for that, but also, we're very much in a competition with other nations, particularly China, to get humans back to the moon and to establish lunar bases. And so the NASA administrator, Jared Isaacman, and the president have described the plans of getting back to the moon and establishing that base. And I think it's important that we do it first.
And you have to look at why billionaires like Musk and Bezos are interested into it. They see the business upside as well. But so many things can come of it. Obviously, we're glad everyone is okay, and we will watch this as we continue forward. A lot of investigation now, as you said, the launch pad, what went wrong. Leroy Chiao, please come back and see us again, sir. Always good to have you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.